Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. If you are new here, I'm Jimmy, and this is Natalie.
Hello.
As you can tell, she's sporting a brand new hairdo that represents our excitement for the new chapter we're about to start with our bus.
Our first big chapter after we built the bus was to drive all the way from our home base in South Carolina to Arizona in time for Skoolie. Now that we've done that, we've been trying to figure out what to do next, and I think we finally figured it out. But we'll get into that more with you guys later. We're just really excited about our new chapter, and to go along with that, we really want to freshen up the outside of the bus.
And no, we're not painting the outside of the bus. We mentioned that a couple videos ago, and we got a lot of comments saying that they enjoy the green color that it is right now, so that will be staying.
It's iconic at this point. We can't get rid of the green.
Yes, it's our color now. What we do want to do is kind of spruce it up and fix some of the details. There's a lot of white trim that is looking a little shabby, and some that were never even painted. So we want to redo all that and just kind of make the bus look a little bit more crisp. Look at me.
Jeremy, no, we're not starting our new chapter that way.
It's going to be a loud chapter then. First, we got to change it into something we don't mind getting paint on.
So this might be really high maintenance, but I had to stop what we're doing to cut my nails. While I was wiping this down, I scraped a nail against the metal, and I still feel like the cringing feeling throughout my entire body. It was like nails on a chalkboard. So I'm dropping everything and I have to cut my nails immediately. It's an emergency. But I'm sure Jimmy thinks I'm slacking off.
While Natalie's finishing wiping off the rest of the trim pieces, I do want to start sanding the staircase. It's probably the ugliest part of the inside of our bus right now. The little like white trim you might be able to see around the top is actually the white primer paint that we put down to prevent rust from forming on like the base metal of the bus. And you can still see it. So I'm gonna sand all this down and we're gonna paint it a nice rich black, and then also do the same white accents on the staircase as well.
Jimmy and I have gotten into the habit of taking kind of a siesta after lunch where we just relax and don't really work for a bit. And we're having to push through that today because we're in our work clothes and we're way too dirty to sit down on any of our inside furniture. I think we kind of get to start the next fun part of this process, which is taping, which I'm imagining is going to be pretty easy because it's a bunch of straight lines and there's two of us.
Yeah.
Kind of a close call, but we almost forgot to put tape on this black line. And it's a little funny because that's what the previous owners did when they did this paint job. So that black color is the original color from when this was used as a school bus. So it's a little sad to be painting over it, but I think it'll be worth it and look a lot better. Since we're working on the front steps and we're getting them prepped to paint, we're having to use our back door, which is a little less convenient, but honestly, it's nice to have.
Ready.
This is just like our building days. Ooh, no turning back now.
No turning back.
It took a while, but the first coat on all the stripes is on. It's much more stripy than I was expecting, but it's hard to really visualize what it's gonna look like with the blue tape still here. And for better or worse, Jimmy and I have absolutely no respect for wait times on paint cans. So we're supposed to wait at least 24 hours before doing another coat. I've already started the second coat. We'll see if we regret that later, but we got through this whole build not really being too strict with the guidelines, kind of just take them as a suggestion. But it looks so much better. So that one has the second coat on it, and that one just has the one. It's a very stark contrast. It's coming together so much more, and I think we might end up needing like 5 or 6 coats even before this is all over, but it's starting to take shape a little bit more, because honestly after the first coat and seeing how little coverage it had, I was getting a little nervous about it. And Jimmy is over here, he's already working on the stairs and it looks a lot better. We're painting them black and just kind of touching up the paint so it looks a little bit more fresh.
Well, good morning. Last night we tried to get a second coat in on all the stripes, and I think we did a pretty good job. They're still not looking the best, but I think we're planning on doing at least 4 or 5 total coats to get it to look nice and crisp and white. So we're gonna start again with that today, and I really hope we can finish today, but I feel like that's like been our motto for every single project we've ever done, and it never works out. So we're gonna try to do our best, and we're gonna finish the stairs and get as many coats as we can onto the new white stripes. So it's day 3 of painting, and it's all going pretty smoothly. Every coat we put on is just getting more clear and it's a little bit sharper. The first one we did kind of scared us because we put the first coat on over top of the green on some of the struts, and you could see the green like a lot. But we're like on coat number 4 or 5 for some of these struts, and it's starting to look really sharp. So I'm really happy with that. The one downside is that our bus is becoming a mess. So, you know, we try not to hide anything from you guys, and this is definitely one of those. We haven't been able to use our stairs in the past 3 days because we're also painting the stairs. And so we've had to climb in and out of the back. And so that means pretty much all of our stuff gets shoved up to the front. We've got trash bags up here for all like the stuff that we've been using. We've got toolboxes, the paint supplies. It's just getting kind of wild.
And during the day, we have to pull out all of our hanging closet stuff and we put it on top of our bed so that we can access the back door from underneath the bed, and it just feels ridiculous. I feel like such a child like crawling underneath the bed, but it's kind of fun and like a whimsical way to enter the bus. But I always joke about our closet being, I always joke with Jimmy about our closet being like Narnia, because it's like you move the clothes and then you crawl all the way into the wardrobe and then it like opens up into this whole new world, and it's usually just our garage, but now it's our like entrance into the rest of the world. So it's been, I don't know, maybe the paint fumes are getting to my head, but it's been an experience. So I think the two of us are gonna go on a quick run and enjoy the outdoors a little bit, but we'll pick you guys up later.
And hopefully the painting will be done by then. Catch you then.
You look like you're flying a kite with like a spool of thread or yarn or whatever they use. It's looking pretty good so far.
Yeah, it looks really solid.
We got a long way to go and a lot of tape left.
Well, this is it. This is what it looks like. I'm really happy with it because it's definitely growing on me. When we put the blue lines up, we thought it might be a little bit too stripey once we started painting, but I kind of like it. It adds some character, and it just feels good knowing that Natalie and I made a decision on the outside. Because up until this point, like all we've done to the outside is add solar panels on a rooftop deck. The color was the same from when we bought it, and even the white on the roof, that was the same color when we bought it. We just repainted it. So let us know what you think, but I think it looks pretty good. The one thing I was worried about was peeling the green paint off as we took the painter's tape off, but I think we went slow enough where that wasn't really an issue. We definitely peeled some paint off, but like you can't tell from any distance at all, and it's only in like 1 or 2 spots. So overall, I think we did a pretty good job, and I'm really excited to start driving this down the road because it just looks so unique to me. I don't want to use it. It looks too clean. All right, I'm gonna dirty it up.
It'll never look this clean again.
Then we just gotta paint it again.
True. Or clean it.
Since we did the whites last night, I'm gonna actually avoid stepping on the white ones because I don't want, you know.
Just in case.
Just in case. I'm gonna be leaving big old footprints. Yeah, it's not too bad.
Oh no, it looks good. We decided that we really needed to keep the white stripes because it helps so much with being able to see the stairs whenever you're going down. Our stairs aren't hard to walk down, and no one else has ever fallen down them, but I've fallen down our stairs like 4 or 5 times. I think it's just my coordination. I need all the help I can get. So now that our bus is ready, I think I'm finally ready to share with you guys. We've been deliberating and just obsessing over what are we gonna do. So we made it to Skoolie Palooza in time. That was always our big goal. And then everything came to a screeching halt and we're like, I don't know where to go from here. So we figured it out and I'm so excited to be the one to share with you guys. Our bus is gonna take us to Canada. So that's our next big goal. Our plan overall is to try and get there by around the summertime so that the weather's good. We're gonna be kind of taking our time to get there. There's a lot of cool stuff we wanna see in the States, and we're currently in Arizona, so we're gonna drive all the way up through the western side of the US, all of which I have never seen before, so it's gonna be really, really fun for us, and I can't wait. Jimmy and I went to Canada once a few years ago, just for a quick little trip for spring break to Niagara Falls. It was freezing cold. That is not the best time of year to go, but I really want to see more of Canada. I think that there's a ton that it has to offer. It looks like a lot of natural beauty, and I think the western side of the US has some of that as well. So it's going to be a really fun trip. I think this is the perfect thing for us right now. We discussed all sorts of options. Canada just feels right and is the most exciting thing for us right now. So I think that's what we're setting our sights on. We're really excited to get started and take you guys with us, and our bus is ready to go and looking fresh.
And specifically where we're going in Canada will be Alberta. You might have already figured this out already, but yes, Banff is in Alberta, Canada. And so of course we'll be seeing that in our Canada journey, but we will definitely do our best to see more than just Banff. You know, I know we've raved about it in the past. But since that has been on our bucket list and has kind of been the #1 thing of what we want to see while we're in this bus, we're going to be naming our travels from here on until we get to Banff, Banff bound. So everything you'll be seeing in the next few months is what it takes for us and our 25-year-old bus to get across the country and make it to the border of Canada, and then some. But we're not done naming things yet. We've got one more very important thing to name that has been unnamed for far too long.
We finally come up with a name for our bus. It took us 6 months almost of living in it full time after doing a 6-month conversion. So after a full year, I think we finally settled on a name. We've gotten a lot of really good suggestions, with a couple of honorable mentions being Sweet Pea, Green Giant, Green Machine, 2 peas in a pod, with Jimmy and I being the peas, I assume, and the bus being the pod. And gosh, there's Life's Too Short bus, Shrek.
The Sour Pickle.
Yes.
Praying Mantis.
Mantis, yeah. So a ton of like really good name suggestions. But the name that we have settled on, after exploring and making it all the way to Arizona and spending some time in the desert, we decided to name our bus, can I say it?
Yeah, go for it.
Saguaro.
I feel like this name means a lot to us because before we started like traveling at all, we really wanted to see like red canyons in the desert, and of course the cacti and the saguaros in the desert.
The most iconic cactus of all.
But I think at the time I didn't know they were called saguaros, so that was a new name for me. So I think that's why it's a little bit special as well. And the bus is from Mesa, Arizona. So it's kind of cool to name it kind of after its birthright of Arizona. And so it just seemed like it fit really well. And of course it fits with the green color. So we like it. It's saguaro.
Yeah, let us know what you think, but don't be too harsh because we're really excited about it. We think this is the perfect name, and it just feels right that we kind of came across something in our travels that we want to tribute our bus to.
So we don't have any decals or names printed out that's going to go on the outside of the bus yet, but I'm sure we'll do that down the road and decorate it accordingly. But for now, that's the name, and we're sticking to it.
It took us a year to come up with it, so I don't know what kind of decals we'll have and how long it'll take us to get there, but
It'll take us 2 years to come up with the decals.
yeah, it might. We're excited to have a name, and it feels right. I kind of hoped that we would feel inspired by something on our travels, because that's always what we built this bus to do, is to explore and travel and feel inspired. So
yeah, the original plan was to get inspired during the building phase and us call the bus after something that happened to us or like some weird story, but like nothing really came up and nothing really felt right. I think the praying mantis came really close because a green praying mantis showed up on the hood of our bus in one of the videos, and it had like the exact same color as the bus. So that came really close, but I think saguaro won out. So we're just so excited to start the new journey. I think this is kind of where we're gonna end it for this week. It was a short one, but we just had a lot of prep to do and the painting took a long time. So join us next week. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit subscribe, and we'll be starting our Banff-bound journey to Canada.
can't wait.
Yay!
Yay, confetti. We'll make it happen. I'll be there.
All right, we will see you next week.
Bye.